Good evening, guys. This is Zach with Joker's Trains, and today we will take a look at the 2021 catalog, Volume 2 from Lionel Electric Trains, promising to deliver all the great O-scale items you've come to expect and deserve from Lionel Electric Trains. Whoa! I don't know what happened to my voice there, guys. I'm so sorry about that. So, as you guys are well aware, Lionel did release a new catalog today. It is Volume 2 for 2021, and we're gonna take a look and see how it goes. But before we get into that, I do these catalog reviews for fun and entertainment, and if my opinions or views offend any of you, I assure you that I do not care. So don't bother leaving me comments. I'm probably not going to read them. Now, if you like my views, I'll probably read your comments, and I promise you I will respond. But so I do need a little bit of help from you guys, though. I am trying to get to 1,000 subscribers by the end of this year. 2021. I need 110. So if you guys could smash that subscribe button, hit the little bell so you know when I make new videos. I am trying to make videos a little bit more often than I have been. Feel free to like, comment below. I try to answer all the comments, positive or negative. I assure you I will answer all of them. So no problems there. So that's enough of the nonsense of chitter chatter, pitter patter. Let's get into this. So we're going to skip the first few pages here because they are just fluff pages of wasted paper when you get the catalog in your hands. And well, we're going to start out with Legacy Steam because this is a Lionel catalog, and Lionel knows we keep the steam before the diesel. That's just the way we get down around here. So here we go. We're getting into it. The 210O, the Decapod, and I know this is a much beloved engine in the O-scale community. I'm just not one of those guys. I'm not a Strasbourg guy. I've never been there. I don't get it. So if you guys love Strasbourg, more power to you. Your engine is finally here. You can stop filling the OGR forms every time we talk about what we want in the catalog. You finally got your Strasbourg engine. So now they do retail for $1,899, and everybody that wants one, put your money up, boys. Everybody's been claiming they'll pay for whatever form. Well, here's your chance to pay whatever. For a Decapod, price at that price. To me, I don't care if it's brass. It's made out of the wrong metal for that kind of money for how small it is. That's just my opinion. It should be gold or platinum. Hey, that's just my opinion. I told you I'm going to offend you guys, and that's probably going to offend you Strasbourg guys. But at any rate, we have several road names to choose from. You got Great Western in two paint schemes. Well, I don't really think it's two paint. Well, I guess it kind of sort of two paint schemes. But one has darkened rods and one doesn't have darkened rods, and the boiler front is lighter on the other engine. You have three Strasbourg engines or paint schemes to choose from. One from the 1990s, one from the 2000s, 1967 and 2020, and then you got Seaboard Airline and Osage Railway, and of course Lionel wouldn't do a brass hybrid engine without doing a pilot unpainted version. It's also $1,899. That way you guys can buy that and show off all of your cool brass details to make you feel better about spending $1,900 on a Decapod. But at any rate, hey, I'm just saying, I'm not going to pay that much for the engine. If you guys do buy the engine, more power to you. I hope somebody makes a video and puts it on YouTube, because I promise you I'll be the first person on your page smashing the old like button in the face. So I am curious to see how well these engines are going to come out. I'm sure Lionel is going to do a great job, since they are going to Strasbourg to record the correct sounds and get all this stuff right, because I know all of you Strasbourg foamers, as some friends of mine would say, will be dissecting this engine to make sure to tell Lionel how wrong it is. So that's always going to be the fun part when they release, and whenever they release, 18 months, 2 years, whenever they get them out, I don't know. But at any rate, they do run an 054 curve, and they are 19 inches long. 19 inches long. Okay. That's cool. They do have bicolor class marker lights. I mean, it's got some cool features. It's basically just a legacy steam engine for a lot of money. So, moving on from the Strasbourg 90 to the extremely overpriced two-pack passenger cars. They're $400 retail, so basically they're charging $200 a car. At pre-order prices, they will be a little bit cheaper than $200 a car, just to make you feel better about yourself. But there's quite a few two-packs to choose from. Then you also have the Paradise Observation car, as well as the Philadelphia and Reading Observation. So, yeah, go ahead and get on them. Jump on them all, boys. Get the whole Strasbourg pack. It'll be cool to see somebody's video on YouTube. It just won't be from me. But I'm assuming that this will be a really nice set if you manage to collect all of them. Good luck with that. Now, let's move on to something feasible. You got the 280 consolidation engines, and Lionel's offered them in 6 different road names. You got the Santa Fe, the Buffalo Creek and Gully, Maine Central, the Chesapeake and Ohio, not to be confused with the best and only B&O. I wish we had one of those. And the New York Central, and then the Western Pacific. Of the 6 offered, the 4 that I like the most, yeah, I'm gonna do 4 out of 6. That is horrible. I should have picked 2. We got the Santa Fe, the C&O, the New York Central. Yes, boys, I said the New York Central because now that I have a Vision Hudson, I can collect more New York Central. It makes myself feel better about buying more New York Central. And then we got the Buffalo Creek and Gully. I only like that engine because the name looks cool in the tender. I have no clue what the Buffalo Creek and Gully is, but it looks cool in a tender. So, but if I was to buy one, it'd really be between the Santa Fe, C&O, and New York Central. These retail at $750. I'm sure pre-order is going to be in the $650 to $680 range, I guess. I think these are really good price point on these engines. They do have the whistle steam. They do have Bluetooth with the legacy voice control. And naturally, they are built to order. They run 031 curves and are 19.5 inches long. They have the bicolor class marker lights. All the same features as the ridiculously overpriced Decapod, except it has no brass in it. And I assure you, these will probably run better. Just my personal opinion. I don't like brass, in case you guys can't tell. But these are cool engines. I would really be into getting one of these. They're similar to Mikados to me, so I kind of like them. Next, we will go to the fan favorite, the Ac12 Cab Forward. It's been several years since Lionel's done the Cab Forward. Me personally, I'm not really interested in a Cab Forward. Maybe at some point, one of these years, I'll get one. It's just not this year. So we have them in 3 black Southern Pacifics. You got the 4294, you got the 4281, then you have 4278 with a black tender. It also has the black and side rods, which I think they all should have had black and side rods. Just a personal opinion. Then you got the 3 fancy paint schemes, which I assure you the Daylight will sell extremely well. Then you have the Lark. If you recall, they did the Lark in the Vision Line GS engines. I guess it was last year. They shipped earlier this year. And then you have the gray boiler. I'm just not a real big fantasy scheme guy. I know if you watch my last catalog review, I do want the Red Mohawk, which is a complete fantasy engine. There's an exception to every rule, okay? Generally speaking, I don't like fantasy paint schemes. These engines do retail for $1,999. I'm sure their pre-order price will be in the $1,700 range. Check your favorite Lionel dealer for the pre-order pricing. If you don't have a dealer, feel free to check out mine, Legacy Station. Brian will take care of you over there. These run on 072 curves, and they are 32.5 inches long. I'm sure there's going to be great engines, just like the last time they did Cab Forwards. Just not a big need for me, put it that way. One day I'll get one, but not today. All right, let's move it on to another engine that does catch my interest. This is the 412-2, which, by all accounts that I can find on the internet, they were horrible engines in real life. They only made 88 of them in 4 years. And the UP owned them all, from what I recall. These engines are 072 minimum curve, naturally. That's a ridiculous amount of drive wheels. And they are 26.5 inches long. They're offered here in this whole page, obviously, as you can see, as Union Pacific. You got the 9000, 9023, 9514, and 9002 in black, and then you also have the 9014 in the Greyhound. If I was to get one of these, it would probably be one of these 3, probably 9023, just because programming, I think I have 90 in my Legacy remote, so 23 is probably open in my remote. So if I got one, it'd be that. These retail for $16.99, and I think I've seen pre-orders on them like in the $1,400 range. I checked the pre-order prices earlier this morning, so that was like 12 hours ago, so don't mind me if I'm wrong, but I think that's right. So we'll go to the next page, which is more fantasy paint schemes. Great job, Lionel. Instead of making more engines, let's just paint engines weird colors and give them new road names. Whatever works for you guys. You got the Chesapeake and Ohio, Milwaukee Road, Denver and Rio Grande, Southern Pacific, Spokane, Portland, and Seattle. Now, if you look here on this, all pictures are the same, they just change the colors, but Lionel didn't tuck the wires in. That's funny. Come on, Lionel, get it together, man. You're trying to advertise a $1,700 steam engine. We don't want to see wires hanging out all willy-nilly. But I assure you, these two with a green boiler will probably look phenomenal when they ship. If I was to pick up Fantasy Road, it'd be the C&O or the Milwaukee Road. But I'm not a big fantasy guy. Oh, and that concludes this proportion of the steam engines on this tour today. So it is a volume 2. I don't expect a whole lot of flavors on a volume 2 catalog. They will save that for volume 1, where they will try to take all of your money. So just prepare yourself. If there's nothing in this catalog, just please wait until next February or January, whenever the new catalog comes out for volume 122. They will take all your money. So let's check out the diesels. Let's jump into it, and we'll go with the Sd70 Max. You got several road names to choose from here. You got the Bnsf, you have the CSX in Conrail paint, you have another Bnsf, you have the Norfolk Southern with the flaming yellow head, whatever they call that one, I'm not sure. You got the CSX with the boxcar logo, the Paducah in Louisville, and then, as I just learned from my friend Tim at Tim's Trains, you got this Bnsf 9647, which they call the Vomit Bonnet, which I thought was quite nifty of a name. But yeah, that's about how much as I think about these. All these engines are also offered in the non-powered Super Base. So if you want the powered and then you want the Super Base, you're going to pay a little bit of money. The Super Base is retailing for $549.99. That's no, before you guys get all excited about that Super Base, it's basically a box car. Looks like an engine with speakers in it. Just let that sit in for a minute. Just gonna put that out there. But all these are offered in 2 road numbers, except for the Vomit Bonnet and the orange Bnsf. Every other one has 2 road numbers with the Super Base. And then if I was to order one, which I'm not because I don't like Sd70 Max, I'd probably order the Paducah in Louisville, for the simple fact that I have a customer that I ship to Paducah, or in Paducah, that I ship to every week. So we'll go with that'd be the one I would get. But I'm not ordering an Sd70 Max. The powered units do retail for $649.99, and they are 19 inches long and run on 036 curves. So if you have a smaller layout, feel free to collect them all, like Pokemon. Next page, we go to the SD45s, which I do like. I'm not going to lie. And once again, these are offered in powereds and Super Bases, and they're all offered in 2 road numbers with a Super Base. So you have the Burlington Northern. You have the EMD Demonstrator, which I do like this paint scheme. This blue and white. Man, it seems like some railroad should have adopted that. What is that? The Guilford Springfield Terminal. You got and that's a high hood engine, as well as the Norfolk Southern high hood. And then you got the Pensy, and then you have the one that I would probably order on this page is Milwaukee Road. Comes in road number 6, road number 8, and Super Base road number 10. If I ordered one, I assure you I would just order one, and it wouldn't be Super Base. I would just order one powered unit. It's kind of like that paint scheme. I don't know, something about it. Maybe it's because it resembles Harley Davidson. I don't know. But yeah, those are cool engines. Retail for $599.99. Super Base on those is $499.99, so they're a little cheaper. And we'll move on to the next page. And if you think you know me and you think I'm going to order an a DD35, I assure you, you are wrong. I have no ambition to order one of these. I do think they're cool, however, and I think so. We got, as you can see, we got 4 UPs and Alaska and Santa Fe. If I was to order one, it'd be one of the original UPs or the Alaska. I'm not this flag unit. I think they should have moved the flag a little bit more towards the back, or been more centrally located. But I don't know. Don't mind me. I obviously don't know what I'm talking about. I'm a dude talking on YouTube, not making model trains. So what do I really know? So you got this one here. It says dependable transportation under the cab window. It's number 71. And you have we can handle it, which is number 76. And then you have number 77, which is just the famous UP shield. The Alaska paint scheme, if you've watched any of my recent videos, I have been quite fond of the Alaska paint scheme, and I do intend on collecting more. I've never been to Alaska, nor have I ever been on an Alaska train. But good lord, that paint scheme is just something else, isn't it? That blue and yellow just reaches out and just grabs at you. You know, it says, "Hey, look at me." Or maybe that's just my opinion of it. I'm not quite sure. On to the next page, we got the SW1200 switchers. And they did 6 road numbers here. They did Rio Grande, EJ and E, Penn Central, BNSF, and the Santa Fe. And then they did the U.S. Steel. Lionel, come on, man. If you're going to do Santa Fe, do the war bonnet. Those things would sell like wildfire in war bonnet, I assure you. But once again, what do I know? These are 12.5 inches long. Minimum curve of 031. They have a retail price of $549. And from what I gathered from the live stream, Lionel says there's one motor that powers both trucks. So this is pretty much just like my NW2, which is a good reason why I'm not ordering one of these, because I have an NW2 and a Vision genset. So there's quite frankly no reason for me to collect more switchers for a yard that I do not have. So, which if I was to buy one though, I'd buy the US Steel, because recently I've just been attracted to these flashy colors. So US Steel would probably win because it's the brightest on the page. On to the next page, we go to the Sea-Liner, which I know a lot of you Northeastern Corridor guys are probably all about, which is funny. They're all Northeastern Corridor road names minus the Canadian National. But so you have the Fairbanks Morris. You have 2 road numbers in each of these. So you have 2 road numbers of Fairbanks Morris, Pennsylvania, New York Central, and then you have the Long Island. And I recently learned that paint scheme is called Dashing Dan. I didn't know that until like 2 days ago. Now, mind you, I live in Florida, so I'm not really big on the Long Island stuff, so I learned something. But I do, however, like these Long Island cars down here. I think those cars are really good-looking cars, and I assure you that they'll look way better than this rendering, because I'm almost positive it's not a real picture. But once again, the price, Lionel, the godforsaken price is a little bit crazy. You're at $389 on a 2-pack. Come on, get it together, but hey, that's what they're going to charge. You know why? Because we're going to pay for it. It is what it is. They do have the flicker-free LEDs, which I think is super cool, because flickering passenger cars will drive a man simply crazy. If I was to buy one, though, which I assure you I'm not, I would buy this Canadian National, for the simple fact that I think the paint scheme is awesome. That's it. I know nothing about these Sea-Liners nor the Canadian National, but I do. I think it's a decent price on these, $5.99. Maybe it's a little, that's probably a little steep. Whatever. They're $5.99 retail, so they got 2 road numbers in each road name. So you could build you a nice little train there. Then on to the next page. I think this would be a ridiculously beautiful set if you were to spend the money to collect them all. That's $420 retail for a 2-pack. You saw that right here. If need be, I'll zoom in. It's $420. Whew, that's a bit rough. But I think it would look super cool. So if you guys happen to get the whole set, make a video, link me in it, tag me in it, something, at me. I would like to see this. I think it's going to look really good. I just don't think I'm going to buy it. Alright, on to the next page, where I think this is one of it's either the best or second best deal in this catalog. This is the Bnsf Coal train set. So you get the Sd70 Max in Bnsf. Obviously, as you can see, it's orange. And then you have 6, as I like to call them, coal gondolas. Now, some of you will like to yell at me and say it's gondola, but I assure you that I will say it how I want, which is gondola. But you get 5 of those, and then you get 1 that has an operating end of train device, and this set retails for $8.99. Call me stupid, but I think you're getting the engine in for like $200. You're getting 6 coal cars. That's a pretty good price to me. I don't know. I could be, maybe my math doesn't work so good, but I think that's a great deal. Then if you want to get the 4-car add-on pack, that's going to run you another $360 retail. So the set, the original set, the engine in the 6 cars is 97 inches long, runs on 036 curves. So once again, you guys with the tighter curves, this is a bargain. Like, this is all you. It's right up your alley. Get it, grab it, run it, enjoy it, love it, put it on YouTube. We can all love it. On to the next page. We have the Burlington Northern Hustle Muscle freight set. As you can see, it comes with a flat car with a little fire truck on it. We'll get to that later. Burlington, cylindrical covered hopper, and then a Frisco box car. And then one of the reasons I think this set costs so much is a cupola cam caboose. It's the Spokane, Portland, and Seattle caboose. So yes, the caboose has a camera in it, so you could live stream, because there's a Wi-Fi camera. You can live stream your entire railroad from the comfy confines of your caboose. I've seen a few videos of these cabooses with cameras, and it's kind of cool. It's not for me, but I think it's what drives this price up. Plus that flat car, the fire truck, which we'll discuss that in a few pages. Anyways, this set retails for $10.99, so $1,100. I think I like the Bnsf Coal set better. I think it's a better value. But I mean, if you just really have to have you a caboose with a camera in it, this might be the ticket. A Burlington Northern Hustle Muscle. All right, let's move on to the next page here. See what Lionel has in store for us. They have the Bicentennial Coltrane set with a SW9 switcher. Probably not my favorite set I've ever seen. But I mean, it's cool. I mean, if you're looking for an engine to run next year on 4th of July, really get the red, white, and blue juices flowing, you know, the patriotic, this is you, man, the spirit of the 76, jump on it. Personally, you could buy this, run a bunch more coal hoppers with it, then double-head it with a Trump engine. I mean, that could just be my flavor. Maybe you guys aren't into that, but to me, that seems like Trump train winning. Here we go. But at any rate, so you get the switcher, 4 coal hoppers, and 2 in a caboose. This set retails for $999, so $1,000. This can be yours. And we have 2 packs of coal hoppers, which we will get many more options of those here shortly. This set, 63 inches long, runs on 031 curves, full legacy features that you would expect from Lionel. It's a cool little set. Just not my favorite set I've ever seen, but it's cool. So on to the next page. I think this is the other great deal to go with the Bnsf Coltrane. Say you don't like diesels. Say you don't like coal cars. What are you, not American? Whatever. So this Grand Canyon passenger set, you get the 280 consolidation in the Grand Canyon railroad name. You get the 4 Lionel passenger cars. This set's going to run you $1,299 retail, so $1,300 retail. Pre-run, this is probably going to be in the $1,100, high $1,100, low $1,200 range, maybe, I would assume. The set's 68.5 inches long. The engine will run on 031, but the passenger cars supposedly require 054. I bet you can get away with a little bit tighter than that. If you try it and break it, it's not my fault. I don't know. I've never ran these. But you can also add the 2-car add-on pack for another $389 retail, so you're looking at 6 cars. That'd be a nice little set. I'm assuming this is a real railroad. You could probably read this little passage up here, and then I'm sure it'll tell you, but I'm going to take their word for it and assume that it's real. On to the next page, we have Wood Coach 2-packs, and apparently Lionel thinks that these wood cars are really made of wood. I don't know, but they retail for $400. You're looking at $200 a car again. And the only thing that I really like about these cars is if you watch Hell on Wheels, the series from a few years back, these have a pretty strong resemblance to that. So they're kind of cool for that reason. But other than that, I'm not too much into these for this price. You got Pennsylvania's, and you got Boston and Maine. So, I mean, if that's what you like, get them, run them. Just don't set them on fire. Then you have these. Now, I don't know if you guys have noticed, but my collection is mostly steam and early diesel. Minus the genset. Yes, I know I have a Vision Line genset, whatever. But these cars, these 4-door high cube box cars, if they went with the steam engine era, I'd probably buy some because A, they're ridiculously large. I just like ridiculous things. And these are scale cars, so they're 22 inches long, and they run on require an 054 curve. But I assure you that they probably look better on much bigger curves, because that's a pretty long car. Lionel's offering them in 6 road names. You got the Ann Arbor, Norfolk Western, Canadian National, Penn Central, Western Pacific, and for $10 more than the other road names, the prior 5 retail for $129.99. This car, the Ford car, retails for $139.99. I guess Ford needs to get their $10 out of that car. Hey, I don't blame them. You got a name like Ford, might as well get paid, right? It's the Ford Stampings car. I've never seen one of these cars in person, but I would like to see a picture of these when these ship, because I can almost bet these cars are going to look fantastic in person. Super detailed, super nice. I bet they're going to be awesome. So if you guys get one, send me a picture. I'd like to see one. So let's check out the next page. We have more of them. These just happen to have graffiti. And I know a lot of guys I've heard say they don't like that Lionel puts the graffiti on the cars. My personal opinion of how this should work. I don't know how it works because I've never seen one. But I think when Lionel makes these cars, if you did a random generated graffiti on each car. That way the cars weren't never the same. Like they just randomly just kept changing. That'd be super awesome. So maybe that's how they do it. I don't know. It just seems like that's how I would do it if I was a Lionel. So you got Canadian National, Conrail, Norfolk Southern, and then the HLMX. I assume that's like a lease type car. And that'll do that for those. The graffiti cars retail for $139, same as the Ford car. Below that we have the Hobo Sounds Box Car. You got Erie and Rock Island. These cars retail for $189.99. I think that's a little bit steep for a car with a little bit of sounds in it, but hey, what do I know? These cars are 11¼ inches long. They require 031 curves, and I might be into buying one of these after they ship and I hear how they sound. Maybe if they sound cool, I might try to get one. That'll do it for this page. That'll bring us to the 2-bay hopper 2-packs. These are all die-cast cars, and I don't know if you guys know, but I like die-cast coal cars. I think they're super cool. They do get a bit heavy, but once you get them rolling, they roll really well. These cars are retailing for $199 for a 2-pack. I think pre-order on them is going to be like $155-ish range. So you got the Santa Fe, New York Central, Norfolk Southern, Pittsburgh and Shawmut, and Reading. If I was to order one, which I very well might, it will probably be the Pittsburgh and Shawmut. I have no clue what the Pittsburgh and Shawmut is, but I do like that name. Shawmut. Very fun to say word. They're 9½ inches long each, and they run on 031 curves. So basically, any layout on Earth that runs O scale, you're good, you're covered. Now, we have the cylindrical covered hoppers, which have to be careful with these because I like them. I would like to have all of them. They do retail for $109.99. So, I don't know what pre-order that's going to be. I don't know. We'll call it 80 bucks, 85. I don't know. You have to check your hobby shop. You got the Alaska CSX, Erie Lackawanna, New York Central, the mighty Union Pacific, and then I just saw this just a little bit ago, the General Motors car. I didn't see that when I originally looked through here, but that's kind of a cool car. I might looking to get one of those just because I do like General Motors. On to the next page we shall. So here, one of my biggest aggravations in this catalog is these 50-foot flat cars with a fire truck. So I'm pretty sure that fire truck mold, or however the tooling for the fire truck, pretty sure that's from MTH, because a fire truck looks super cheap. The car looks nice, the truck looks cheap. Now it looks like we got a damn Rail King car, like some MTH would have made. So my other gripe with these cars is, okay, the price on them is $160 retail. It's a flat car. See, there's nothing up here. Okay, so you're selling me a flat car with a chintzy fire truck for $160. No thanks. It's gonna be a hard pass. And then you have all the stuff on here that looks like we could have a semi-trailer. Why don't you put semi-trailers on there? Why is there a damn fire truck? But whatever. I'm not buying one of these because they're overpriced, ridiculous. Anyways, you got Santa Fe's, Chesapeake in Ohio, New York Central, Pennsylvania, Southern, and then the mighty Union Pacific. I didn't even bother to look. Are these railroad fire trucks or are they just random fire trucks? I'm going to go with random fire trucks. Now, we move over to the Cupola Cam Cabooses. These are the caboose with the cameras in them. So, you have several road names to choose from. These do retail for $219, which seems a bit rough just for a camera and the caboose. But, hey, if you want to take videos, you're going to pay. Whatever, right? And you're going to strap an iPhone to the front of an engine and go. But anyways, they retail for $219.99. You got the Cotton Belt, you got the Canadian Pacific, the Seaboard, the Northern Pacific, Sioux Line, and then the North Pole Central. Congrats, Lionel, for putting a Christmas caboose. Whatever. Skip that. Next. So this is the other one that really bothers me about this catalog. The CA1 cabooses. There's no cameras in these, unless I just didn't list it up here, or I just can't read. One of the two. But they retail for $150. I think pre-order was $110, which is ludicrous. Stop it. It's a damn caboose. So you got 4 Lionels, or 4 Lionels. You got 4 Union Pacifics. You got Union Pacific Brown as built, and then we have Union Pacific Brown as not built. No, I'm assuming they painted the trucks because that's what the picture looks like. Then you got Union Pacific yellow. Then you have the Union Pacific Drive with Care. I really like buying Cabooses. I'm not paying $110 for that Caboose. Nope, not doing it. The Southern Pacific, and then you got the Great Western Railway. They're nice Cabooses, but they're just a bit, yeah, whatever. Then we'll go to the Standard O modern box cars. These cars retail for $59.99. Which ain't too bad. Each car has 2 road numbers. You see, you got the Ashley Drew and Northern. You got the Conrail, Railbox, Union Pacific, and Rock Island. These cars don't really go with steam engines, but I'm liable to buy some rail boxes because I like rail box cars. I think they look cool. But yeah, not horrible, I guess. So then we got some of these Standard O rotary gondolas. You got them in 2-packs and 4-packs. 2-packs on the left side of the page, 4-packs to the right. So the 2-pack retails for $179.99. 4-pack retails for $360. And you got, they're all the same road names, or the same road names are on each page. So you got CSX, UP, the Pensy, and Norfolk Southern. My friend JD Stucks will probably order some of something. I'm gonna guess NS if I had to, but these look like pretty nice cars. I think the price is a little bit, I guess it's not horrible, but I'm probably not buying any. But they're nice though. Let's keep it rolling here, and that, ladies and gentlemen, will conclude this tour of the 2021 Volume 2 catalog from Lionel Electric Trains. So catalog. A quick overview of the catalog. Wasn't spectacular. Wasn't horrible. Just typical Volume 2 catalog. No real, oh my, I have to have it type stuff, but there's some nice stuff in there. It's a Lionel catalog. I mean, what do you want from it? But if you enjoyed my review, please go ahead and smash the old like button for me. And please, if you're not already, just takes a second, subscribe to the channel. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you thought. Let me know if you're buying anything or your thoughts on the catalog. And until next time, thanks for watching.